Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Bobby Hams here, and I'm going to start watching The Expanse. I believe it's already on season 6, the final season, unfortunately, and it's on episode 3 as of today. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, so I'm going to use a long holiday now to get caught up, and I might as well just share it with all y'all, and y'all can let me know what you think of it. I've seen the other 5 seasons, and the show is phenomenal. It's one of the best sci-fi series I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm a huge fan of it, obviously. And I love the characters on there. I love the whole story on there. I love that it's basically boils down to a case of the haves versus the have-nots when you got the Belters in conflict with Earth and Mars, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful story. I actually liked the show so much after watching the end of season 5 that I went on and bought all 9 books that the show is based on. So let's get into it with season 6, episode 1. Breck Eisner. Damn, look at that attack. Multiple hits confirmed. So Marcos has just been ruthless with this bombardment of asteroids or meteors or whatever it is he's using the rocks, the asteroids. Look at that devastation. And this is a good way to give the backstory or exposition without actually having people, as you know, Marco's been attacking us for whatever. Rocinante. So you can get a real good sense of how devastating everything has been.
Now Earthers know what it feels like to be Belter.
That'd be terrifying. Just have the rocks come down from you from space. No way to protect yourself. Eesh. So it's like even the rocks that aren't destroying cities are still messing up the atmosphere and messing with the environment.
PDC-3 is jammed. PDC-5 is also red. Power out.
Oh.
They're running. Firing one.
Boom. Rocinante. In the belt. So they've been at this for like 6 months. Wow.
Looks like they were out here.
They haven't been sleeping very well at all. Okay. You can just see the fatigue in their faces. Oh, series. That's such an oxymoron under Free Navy control. So already I see problems between Marcos and regular Belters. Still a condescending asshole to his own kid. So it seems obvious that Marcos is not interested in actually governing. He's just interested in fighting, which has been kind of the pattern with a lot of freedom fighters throughout history, or freedom fighters. What's with that look, bro? You hate the kid? Jesus. So from the conversation earlier, it seemed like Siri Station is running low on food. This guy's still making speeches. He's just like every other I want to say despot. Because he seems to be able to really appeal to emotions. Yeah. He appeals to the emotions of the crowd very, very easily. It's that emotional charisma. Get him riled up, for whatever his cause is. So this is not, I was going to say bounty hunters. Oh, so they're looking for a drummer. What the hell? Oh shit, she test. Ugh. Are they like... What happened? She blew up something. Oh, so it's kind of a failure then. So it looks like she panicked and just freaked out. Hit the wrong button. So go from one tense scene to another tense scene. What is this? So they got an engine in the asteroid, and that's how they're powering it to go through space.
I think I see it.
Okay, so these engine drives are placed on the asteroids, and then those little skiffs that they chased off or blew up earlier, they send them to trigger via the antennas, power them up, and then they launch them. And I guess the guidance is probably set in there somewhere also. Damn, that's smart. That's smart. So it always seems like the asteroids are just kind of launching by themselves, but Amos is just mad chill with just like anybody. I love him. Damn, daggers. Something tells me she's gonna be dead by the time they come back. Just these shows like these, someone says something like that, I'll come back and find you. One of them ends up dead. And there's like a bunch of regret and guilt that comes with that character afterwards. So I wouldn't believe her either. They're like, yeah, afterwards? I don't think so. That man bun makes him look way less intimidating. Sorry. Yeah. So Philip's seeing that Naomi was right. Father does not care about him at all. Marco is just interested in power, and not actually in governing. He's interested in war, not actual peace and negotiation.
On a bunch of them,
Each of these signals launched a rock.
which gave me another idea. I triangulated the signals to see if I could find out where.
So this is how you write a character and show them show the audience how smart the character is,
Probably a
by showing them
spaceship.
do stuff instead of just talking about how smart they are.
They'd have to.
Naomi comes through again. Uh-oh. PTSD and alcohol. Not a good combination. Oh shit. Wow. I mean, I know who the guy was anyway, but it seemed like he was important to Philip for whatever reason. I need that big victory.
Something big.
It's like some Battle of the Bulge stuff from World War II.
I do.
It's gonna end. It's gonna end here, isn't it? It's gonna end. It's gonna end. It's gonna end. What else the asteroid they found? Damn it! Alright. Okay, so awesome episode to premiere with. So my takeaways from it, the main thing is that Marco does not seem interested in the slightest of being a governing sort of individual. He seems like his whole thing was just fighting, starting the fighting, conducting the fighting, and more fighting. It's all that he's interested in. It just seems to be his main goal. It's just to have an enemy, just to fight an enemy, and be seen as like this great liberator and like this great freedom fighter. But all he's interested in is power, which it's most likely his downfall is going to be that of other despotic and tyrannical type people, where they play the hero and they want to be the hero, just like his son Philip said, I'm the hero and all this stuff. So Marco's going to play the hero. He's got all these allies. He's basically forced to rally beside him. He's basically imprisoning them. Free Navy imprisoning its own allies, which is just nuts to me. But he's got all these forced allies, and he's made himself #1 most wanted person throughout the galaxy. Any human that spots this guy that's not part of the Navy or the Free Navy or Mars is probably going to want to kill this guy on sight. So forced allies, #1 most wanted person, not interested in governing, so he's not going to actually do anything good for anyone on Ceres, which is where he just got a bunch of followers, where he just gathered a bunch of followers. So then that's more dissent that's going to be, he's going to have to go up against. So he's not really making himself out to be a good leader. He's just making himself out to be sort of a warmonger, which I don't think will end well for him. But Philip, I think like Philip's starting to go through the first phases of PTSD, and like I know anger is one of them. So he's not gonna deal with that well, I don't think. And I think it's because all the stuff that Naomi was telling him last season is finally kind of catching up to him, and it's hitting him in a hard way, because all those feelings of kind of like, I'm sure, guilt and like just tons of regret, and maybe starting to hear the voices of the people that he's killed. Maybe Naomi's words are starting to ring throughout his head a little bit more clearer, because he sees how his father actually does treat him. Now that the father's gotten kind of what he's wanted, it's kind of like being elevated as like this great martial law, dictator leader kind of type person. So now that Philip is seeing that, oh shoot, mom was probably right in wanting to get away from this guy. He's a goddamn self-absorbed, egotistical lunatic who cares nothing for me at all. So I think he's got a lot of regret turning on his mother and letting her, well, first trying to kill her at the father's request, but then letting her go. And oh man, it's crazy. And then the other thing with Holden and Amos and Naomi finding this supposed spotter ship that's launching without sending these signals to these asteroids with these drives on them in order to launch them at Earth. That's got to be nuts. That's got to be something crazy. Oh my goodness, this show is so insane. So I want to see what Avasarala's plan is to actually go after these spotter ships and how they're going to try to find them. Naomi being angry with Peaches, I know that goes back to season 3 and what Peaches did on the ship and all those people she ended up killing. So I don't know how that's going to impact Naomi and Amos's relationship, because Amos just seems like he's still just the coolest guy. He's very direct, and he just doesn't care. It's like, you cool with me, I'm cool with you. He's very much like Luffy from One Piece in that regard. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be very straightforward and honest with you. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I'm gonna tell you I don't like you, and there's gonna be problems. So Amos he seems to be like the less stressed one of the whole crew, which is, I mean, that's just Amos. It's whatever with the guy. It's like, yeah, it's a very stressful situation. Everyone else around me looks super tired and worn from these past 6 months of attacks and like scouting missions and whatever is going on in space. But Amos is just like, yeah, okay. It's like, it seems like he's the only one that's able to get a good night's sleep with everything going around him. So I want to see how that goes with Chrissy and Naomi's relationship, how it impacts Amos and Naomi's relationship, because they go back a ways. And then I don't know, I still don't know where the portal molecule and the red dust stuff, how that fits in, because that's where season 5 ended. That red dust demon stuff attacked the MCRN ship that was going through the ring, and it kind of, I don't know if it froze everyone in time, or I don't remember what it did, but it seemed like it froze everyone in time, or it killed them and put them in like suspended animation, or I don't know what's going on there. And then I still don't get what the point was with that girl at the beginning of the show. I think someone just alluded to them about being maybe one of the colonists inside of the rings, but maybe Marcos is like has turned them into like slave labor, or I don't know what's going on there, but we'll see what happens with the episode 2. So let's get to it. Yeah, that's not gonna gain them any fans or friends on the station. That's only fomenting more distrust. One law for the Free Navy, one law for everybody else. Not a good look. Why are you bailing him out? Should have left him in jail. Marco Inaros is not a very good father figure. So if he's got supply depots, that means places to hit. Cripple the Free Navy. It's like the Sun Tzu said, an army travels on its stomach. No supplies, no army. Or in this case, a Free Navy. I mean, it's still messed up that he shot the guy, but now he's using his father as an excuse for the guy being dead. So when the parents think about, my son is dead because of Marco Inaros and the belt. So if you got Drummer working with the Golden Bow Splinter groups, stealing from the supply depots, from Marco's supply depots, and then you got Rocinante takes over this relay station, this spotter ship. Then that means Marco loses a great supply, or a big piece of his supply chain, and his ability to attack Earth. Like, the tension is just, come on. You're killing me here. Uh-oh, they're rabbiting. Oof. So she's gonna try to board them during a chase? That's pretty cool. I mean, it's all space, so you got 3D chases, not just... I love that. Wow. She disabled their engine? Oh, yeah. Oh, from last time when she jumped out. Yeah. Yeah. From that episode where she jumped out in PTSD. That's what happened to her. See, what's cool about the show is that she forced herself to go through that ordeal last season, and now it's catching up in like the craziest way. That's what you call continuity. And again, because there's no gravity, they don't fall to the ground. They just stay there floating, dead. It's the whole plan. Whoa. Holy shit! Damn, they're gonna launch all those rocks at Earth? God damn, what a choice. That's what I'm saying, my goodness. See, that's good writing. What? God damn it. I didn't even realize it was that close to being ended. So, it's episode 2. Whew. I love that how they were able to actually find the way station. What was that thing called? That station? The Azure Dragon. That they found the Azure Dragon and that they didn't destroy it. And like I mentioned during the whole thing, I loved how Naomi's heroics from last season, I think episode 8, when she was on that ship that was destined to blow up by itself, when she was on that ship, and how her ordeal going through space, jumping from the one ship through space into the other ship to escape Marcos. I love how that brief moment was brought up again in this episode, and she panicked at just the thought of going outside again. And oh man. And then Peaches, Clarissa stepping in to take over, but then Holden letting her know that you don't just do whatever you want on this ship. I'm the captain. We got to know what's going on. So just don't do that ever again. And oh my goodness. And Bobby, of course, showing that she's still a badass Marine. And just like, goodness gracious. So the way I see things happening now, I think now that Marco has lost the Azure Dragon, he no longer has the offensive threat that he was before, because no longer has his secrecy, because now Earth knows how he's been throwing the rocks at them, and they have his means of throwing the rocks at him. So he's not completely defenseless, not completely neutered, I guess, neutralized as a threat, but his big gun is now out of play. So that's one thing. So whatever he's got to bring, he's gonna have to bring maybe with like smaller skirmishes here and there, as far as like space battles or whatever, but nothing as devastating as the rocks were. So that's gone for him. So no more big gun. And if Drummer can convince that other captain of the Golden Bough, Splinter, Golden Bough, whatever, to start attacking, or maybe not even attacking, but just taking more from the supply depots, then that's gonna decrease the Free Navy's food supply and water supply and everything like that. And like I said, I think it was Sun Tzu that said also that your army travels on its stomach. So if your army has no supplies, done for, because people need food and water no matter which side of the battle you're on. You need food and water. If one side doesn't have the food and water that they need, the other side does, those guys are getting wiped out. And that's why I made that, I think it was a Battle of the Bulge comment in this episode or the last one, where, or maybe it was more like a Stalingrad situation where in World War II, where the Germans were closing in on Stalingrad, but then winter hit, and the German supply lines were so stretched out from traveling so far from Germany that once winter hit and they were still caught in Russia, the Red Army just picked them off little by little. So it looks like that's maybe what's going to happen here with Marco. His supply lines are going to get stretched thin, or basically depleted, to the point where members of his Free Navy won't be able to continue to fight because they'll be starving and dehydrating, or it'll be a case of where the inners or the belters on Ceres will be like, you're taking stuff from our food, you're taking food out of our mouths basically to support your war effort, so we're not going to support you here anymore. And they're going to turn on and they're going to turn on Marcos's followers at Ceres and kick them out basically before the inners show up. So it's all falling apart for Marco little by little. I can see here and there. Wow, what an episode. So let's go to episode 3, see how this continues here. I thought maybe that the the belters at Ceres would abandon Marco because of the fuel supply shortage, but I guess they didn't bother to wait. It is a trap. Most definitely a trap. The whole place like wired to blow up or something. You better watch out for IEDs. It seems like a bad idea. Seems like a really bad idea. Is that what Inaros did? Rob them of the ability to even survive? Damn, dude, Marco's a fucking monster. Damn. Once again. God damn, that's smart. Cruel as shit, but smart. So, but Inaros is unaware that his supply lines will soon start to suffer because of Drummer. Damn, so they're gonna be kind of even actually. Both armies will be suffering from supply. Oh my goodness, supply issues. So not so much action in this episode so far. She seems like it's more characters and interactions. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There goes the rebellion. There goes the rebellion. He's falling into that trap that a lot of warmongers fall into, where they lose their ability to just kind of grapple with their situation, and they start to believe themselves to be untouchable and invincible and just above everything. He's become so full of himself that he's not realizing what's going on around him. I don't think Philip's falling for it like he used to before. Yeah, those eyes say he doesn't believe it like he used to. There's too much doubt in him now. Uh-oh. Little by little, Drummer's building up her own little fighting force. See, I knew Inaros didn't leave that shit just nothing. There's no way. He just left that shit alone. There's no way. I knew it. Didn't these folks scan for like explosives or something? I knew it. Is he gonna freeze up like Michio did? No, I guess not. Fucking Amos. Mad calm too. Damn. It's the kind of stuff that'll break your neck. I'll go from both sides. Something's gonna hit him. Ba-da-ba-da-bow! And he can't fire back. See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Marcos, you fucking idiot. Fucking dumbass. Look at that. You didn't have to do that. But you went after him anyway. Like an idiot. And Naomi won't let them shoot him now. Or will she? I'd say kill him. Sorry. Holden, what the? Did he? What did Holden do? Holden did something. Marco was shitting his pants right there. See, I don't think he believed that Holden would fire. I don't think he did. Talking all that big game. Exposed. Marco just got exposed. Yeah, so he disarmed it. I wonder why though. Maybe because of Naomi's son. Uh-oh. There it go. Here it go. That's what's up. Undermining the captain like that in broad daylight. Shit. See, that's when the people are like, well, if the kid can do it to him, maybe I can too. Starting to crack. Damn it. Okay, so wow. So I don't know how many episodes are in this season. I should have probably looked that up, but man. Okay, so I think this is the turning point where Marco's pride really starts to cost him a possible victory, honestly, because him just being all for the battle and all for the blood and all for the war, that's all he's concerned about. He's not actually concerned in freeing the Belters or getting them on equal footing with Mars and Earth. He just wants to fight. That's it. That's all he's about. Just wants to fight. So, and that pride of him winning so consistently since last season, I think is all, he's kind of gassed his own head up to where he's starting to think that he can win at any time under any circumstances. Because with this episode, it showed him that when he had the numbers, he didn't need to fight. He had no plan for fighting the Rocinante at that time, but he figured, I've got the numbers, so I'm just gonna attack. And then sure enough, the Rocinante was able to beat him back, almost destroyed one ship. The other ship stayed behind for aid. And then it became a one-on-one battle. And then of course you got an experienced Marine like Bobby on board the Rocinante. She saw how they were dodging and was like, well, they're always dodging to the port, to the left, right? Starboard's right, so yeah, to the left. So boom, you fire a missile to the right hand side, and you start shooting them to the left. So now when they dodge to the left, those bullets hit them. And oh man, and then Philip challenging him on the ship like that, and on the deck, like in front of everybody, just saying, no, you failed. This was your fault. You know what I mean? In front of that audience like that. If it was anyone else, I'm sure Marco probably would have said, okay, you're going out the airlock. But it's his son, and he's probably not going to do that. Because cynically, Philip is still a chip he can use against Naomi. But it seemed like from this episode, Naomi was just like, she's given up on Philip. So had Holden not disarmed that nuke, or the warhead, I should say, before it hit the Pella, they'd have been dead. And it looks like, to me anyway, it looks like Marco was talking all that big talk about being, ready to die, but he certainly didn't seem like he was ready to die once that warhead was disengaged. Once that warhead was disarmed and they were still alive, he opened his eyes like, you know what? Maybe another day. Maybe I'll live to fight another day. But for now, let's skedaddle. Oh, wow. And then I don't know why they didn't seem like anyone searched Ceres for like explosives or anything that looked like a bomb or any kind of IEDs, improvised explosives or anything. Because there's no way in hell that for sure that Marco left that station and just stripped everything and didn't plant any kind of bombs, which we just saw. There's no way. I was like, there's no way he just left the station. Okay, stripped it bare, but there's got to be some kind of thing that he left there, something to like attack with, So now that it's gone off and it seems like the Earthers and the Inners got caught up in it. Now, I don't know how that's going to play out because the Earthers and the Belters, I don't know how that's going to play out because the Belters were there to see Marco and the Free Navy strip everything, so they're not going to be able to blame the Earthers for planting those bombs. I think those survivors of the Belters, among the Belters I should say, will say that yeah, before they left they stripped everything out, but they left the stuff and then the Earthers showed up, but the Earthers were caught up in the blast, so it's most likely that the Free Navy left this stuff here to explode when the Earthers showed up. So Marco Inaros does not care about Belters at all. He's all concerned about himself. So I think that message is going to spread out a lot faster now that the reporter is there to see that. For sure she's going to get accounts from Belters that are there now and be like, well, who do you think was responsible for this? You're probably going to say Marco. He was the last one here that had access to everything. You guys just showed up. We don't like Earthers, but at least you're not blowing us up here with yourselves. That would be like stupid. That'd be like stupid logic to fall for that kind of thinking. But plus, the inhabitants and the residents or whatever at those other stations, blaming Marco for abandoning those Belters at Ceres and calling him a coward and all this stuff. So it's starting to crumble for him. It's starting to crumble. He's not, because that's the thing with a lot of these despotic rulers, is that they kind of take over by force or like, if not by force, then it's by, like I said, manipulation, emotional manipulation, or they're very charismatic and they appeal to people's darker instincts and darker motivations. But once they're in power, they don't know how to govern with anything other than that. So the manipulation continues, the force continues, and that only breeds resentment among the people that used to follow them, because they're like, well, you use these tactics in order to gain power, in order to get this freedom or whatever, but now you're still doing this stuff and you're starting to take out people who used to care about you, and you don't care about them at all. You're just interested in holding on to your own power. So I think this episode was the turning point for Marco's downfall for sure. And I don't know what the deal is with those colonists on that planet on Laconia. I don't know what's going on there. I guess this RS-6 whatever weapon at the end of the episode somehow plays into that. I don't know what's going on there, but it seems like oh, that little girl. Oh man, I said I blamed her for the brother's death because she seems genuinely more interested in those animals in the forest than she does in her family, which is I don't know, maybe bad parents. I don't know what's going on there, but I definitely blame her for the brother's death, if that's her brother. San, X-A-N, Jan, however you say that. Man, oh man, what a terrible sister. So wow, this season is unbelievable. I mean, every episode so far has been just mind-boggling. My goodness. So I think these come out on Fridays on Amazon. So I'm all caught up now. I'll do the reaction for the next episode 4, probably next Saturday or Sunday. Until then, I'll see you later. Take it easy.